Okay, so hello. Welcome to the event that you've been asking me to do again. Unfortunately, the recording of the last one got lost. Well, not lost exactly, but it was full of bugs. So I decided to do this again. I'm recording this because I think most of you don't have the same time zone as me. So let's go. Hopefully this one doesn't get messed up. Okay, so you can find the code and the notebook here in my repository in my account. I've shared the link in Discord, so you can just access it anytime. Okay. Okay, so this event is basically just a project walkthrough of figuring out what, how we can understand cryptocurrencies and how we can extract meaningful information out of our data sets. And yeah, we're gonna mainly use matplotlib and pandas. So you should have a basic understanding of them, and also obviously Python because we're going to be using lists, tuples, I think dictionaries at some point. So let's get into it. So Bitcoin launched in 2008. We've all heard of it. It's the biggest cryptocurrency in the world right now. And we have our data set is not new. I think it's for 2018 or 22. Well, I think it's from 2008 up until 2018, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is basically just go through the data set and see what we have and what we're dealing with. I'm importing pandas. Of course I am. That's the first step always. And then I'm importing matplotlib here as well. I'm using inline because I'm not going to be very detailed with my graphs. I just want the best MVP that I can get. So that's why I'm using inline, because it just runs better and looks better with minimal code. And basically all the graphs that I'm creating will have the SVG format. It's just a preference. You can use PNG or whatever that you prefer. And I'm using the style 538. Again, it's just like basic configuration things, so you can just use whatever that you feel comfortable with. So I'm reading or opening my CSV file here. And first of all, let's see how it looks like. So this is it's a pretty big data set. As you can see, we have the 24-hour volume. It means, it's the volume in 24 hours. It's the available supply, the ID, which is basically the name of each cryptocurrency. And this is the last updated value. We're not going to deal with that. The main thing that we're going to discuss is the market cap. Basically, market cap is the unit. So let's take Bitcoin for example. So its market cap, it's gonna be its value right now times the number of times that it's been sold, or the amount that people have right now. So if you multiply them together, you're gonna get the market cap. So you can also come to this conclusion that whenever that cryptocurrency gets more expensive, its market cap is going to get higher, and or if a cryptocurrency is attractive and more people are buying it or dealing it, or trading it rather than dealing it. Anyway, so that's market cap, and we can argue that these two things mostly affect market cap. And again, we have the name here, and we have the percent change in 1 hour. So the percent that its volatility has changed in 1 hour, in 24 hours, and then 7 days. And then just the unit price of all of them. And you can see the symbol here as well. And here's the total supply. Okay, so here, because as I said, we want to deal with market cap because it's a very important deal in cryptocurrencies. So yeah, I'm just getting the ID, which is the name of each cryptocurrency, and then its market cap. I'm creating a sub data frame, and I'm just storing it in market cap raw. Okay, and then let's see what we got. What's the count? So I have 1,326 names or ID, and the value of the market cap I only have 1,331. So I have around a little less than 300 missed values or missing values. So here we understand that our data set obviously is not perfect, so I have to drop every single missing value because well, you can fill it up as well, but in this case, because it's a very precise number and value, so you can't really do that. That's why we're just dropping every single row that doesn't have a proper market cap. So that's what I'm doing here, and I'm just saving the correct and the clean version of the data set in cap. Let me just run that. And when I check it again, as you can see, now it's working out, so that's good. Okay, now let's look at the data set again. Well, not the data set, but the data frame that we just created. So basically we have the ID, which is the name of the cryptocurrency, and then the market cap, which is obviously in USD. Okay, so when you look at this, you kind of understand that, okay, Bitcoin is a big number. The Ethereum one is a big number as well, but a little close to here, like the first four, it's very hard to understand how big they are compared to each other, because our minds can't really comprehend like what these big numbers mean. So this is exactly why and where we use graphs to actually visualize that big numbers in a way that we understand, and it's like a meaningful data to us. Okay, so obviously I'm going to use Matplotlib for this. I just created a title for my graph and a label for my y-axis. So yeah, we're dealing with the first 10 because the rest don't have very significant, so they're not very hard to understand is what I'm trying to say, because they're nano cryptocurrencies, so we're not, like, it doesn't matter really. So we're just focusing on the top 10 market capitalizations, and the Y label is the percentage of the total cap. So here I'm using the first 10 of my cap data frame, and I'm setting the index to the first 10 IDs, which are the names of the cryptocurrencies. And here, so this is pretty complicated anonymous function that I've created here. It basically gets the market cap for each cryptocurrency and then divides it by the sum of all the cryptocurrencies market cap all together, and then it calculates the percentage of it. So we're trying to figure out, if we sum up all the 10 cryptocurrencies together, the market caps, so what percentage are each one of them in the overview of everything? So that's why we're doing it. And I've chosen plot bars for this problem, because first of all, it's very simple and it's just going to do the job for us. So I'm just creating an ax object with my cap 10, which I just explained what I've done here. So I've created another column for all of the things that I just explained. So market cap percentage inside of the cap 10. And the x-axis is just going to be the ID, name of the cryptocurrency, and the y-axis is going to be the market cap percentage that I just created into the data frame. And the title is going to be this title that I created beforehand, the top 10 market capitalization. And as you notice, I keep saying cap instead of capitalization, as it's just more common, as less painful to say. Yeah. Okay. So I'm accessing my ax object, which I created with Matplotlib, and then I'm setting the y label with the things that I just introduced here with the bar plot. Alrighty, let's run this. Okay, as you can see, Bitcoin has around more than 50% of the total cap. So it's very huge. So it's both expensive and a lot of people own it. So that's why the cap is huge. And as you can see, the Ethereum is around like 12, which is not huge. I think now it's pretty bigger, but yeah, but it was in 2018. And as you can see, the Ripple, IOTA, and so on. And I just wanna, just for clarity, I want you to see cap 10, which we created here with the lambda function. As you can see, I have a new column here, which is called market cap percentage. And as you can see, we have the percentage of like Bitcoin overall, which is 56, close to 57%. Ethereum is close to 12%. Bitcoin Cash is around 7%, and so on for the first 10 biggest capitalizations. You can make this graph look a lot more prettier and like a lot more informative, but that's on you. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of options that's there. You can change the colors, bar stacks. You can do a lot with it. Alrighty, so let's look at the initial data frame or data set here. We had volatility check here. So we have 1 hour, the percentage change in 24 hours and 7 days. To understand how volatile cryptocurrencies are, I think the 1 hour percent change is not going to give us more, like a lot of information, because, well, it's not enough time to actually come to a conclusion of what exactly is happening with that cryptocurrency. So I've chosen percentage change 24 hours and 7 days. So let's go ahead and see what's happening. So basically, I've exactly chose the ID, the name of the cryptocurrencies, the percent change over 24 hours, and the percent change over 7 days. And again, I've set the index to ID because the name of the cryptocurrencies are really important for us. And I just dropped all the missing values here, exactly what we did for the previous problem. And here, I'm sorting the values because it's very important for us to know which ones are more volatile, like the most volatile, or the least volatile. So we're sorting the values in percent change 24 hours. That's the first thing that we're going to discuss. And here, you can set if it's ascending or descending. Here, I'm just going to say true. And then I'm just going to see exactly what's happening here. So I'm going to get the ID or the name of each cryptocurrency, which is percentage over 24 hours, and then its percentage change over 7 days. These are the least volatile out of everything. Because I've set the ascending to true here, you could do false and it would show you the exact opposite. Let's try that. Okay, let's run it. So as you can see, now I have the first 5, which are like the most volatile. But I'm just gonna stick with true for future purposes. Okay. Now I first want to run this because this is gonna be a huge thing that we're gonna discuss. We're gonna have 2 graphs here. And basically, we're going to analyze the 24-hour percentage change. And as you can see, we have the least, the losers, so the ones that had the least volatility. And these are the winners, which had obviously like a huge volatile moment in the past 24 hours. So now let's go back here and understand what I've done. So for this one, I created a function. And in case you don't remember what fig and axis were, well, these are like the most important thing in Matplotlib. These are the objects in which you use to create a canvas. And this is how we can actually draw and graph like bar plots and whatever that's in your head. So that's why you're seeing this a lot. Anyways, so this is like basic config of a simple canvas, and this doesn't really mean anything. It's just basic stuff that you can just copy paste off Google. Here I'm choosing the first 10 in my volatility series. So this one is going to be the data frame that I just created, and if you remember. Yeah, well, you have to know pandas for this and matplotlib, which we covered last month. Alrighty, so the volatility series, again, we're starting with everything up to 10. So these are going to be the losers. That's why I've chose the dark red. And here you can see that I've chose ax equals to axes and 0 with index 0. This means that I'm going to have more than one axis, so more than one graph. That's why I've chosen this guy to be in the first graph. So hence why you can see the losers on the left here. And basically we can give it a subtitle here and a title. So here the title, here we've chosen 24-hour top losers and winners. And yeah, and the winners are basically exactly the opposite. So we're starting from minus 10. So, you know, at the top, at the bottom of the list, which are the ascending ones or the winners, I'm doing exactly the same thing, and I'm choosing the axis 1 for it, because it's going to be on the right, so it's going to be the second plot. And then we're returning everything that we did with ax and figure here. And then I called my function here with everything that we created before, and hence, as you can see, Fedora coin here, as you can see, had massive growth over 24 hours, around 800%, which is crazy. And here we had even like around minus 90% change. So these are why, you know, the losers. Alrighty. I'm gonna do the exact same thing for percent change over 7 days. I'm gonna run it. Okay, so let's actually go through what is happening here. So as you can see here, the Bitzene, whatever it is, it had over close to 3,500% growth over 7 days. And here it had, let's find it, around 400% growth. So it's doing pretty good over 7 days and 24 hours. So you can bet that this is a successful cryptocurrency, because, well, it's blowing up by all means. Let's look at royalties. Let's see if they're here. Where it's not here, so we can kind of give it a break. But you can say how it's decaying over time of 7 days, but it's not decaying over the past day. So you can kind of understand that checking 7 days and a week, well, a week and a day, you know, it gives you an idea of a coin might not be doing bad in a day, but it can be doing a lot. Like it can be decaying slowly but surely. Alrighty, let's see what's happening here. Again, we're looking at the market cap, and so there's a lot of coins out there. Even now, I think it's a lot more. It's huge compared to 2018, because everyone is learning how to create coins and cryptocurrencies, because, well, we have developers. But for a coin to succeed, it's a whole another story. It's a whole other story when or if a coin is going to be successful. So this is why most coins are very tiny. And we're going to investigate how tiny are we talking by comparing the market cap of the cryptocurrencies that we have. So we have 3 labels here. We have biggish, micro, and nano. So this is not something set, obviously, but this is like a rough range where people say, oh, okay, so this coin is very huge, it's like a big cap, or you look at a coin, it's like, okay, this is a very small project. So this is a very rough range. So it's not something like scientific, it's just something that everyone in business knows. So the biggish, we're just going with 300 million. So whatever coins that their market cap is bigger than 300 million. The micro ones are between 5 million and 300 million. And for nano, we're just doing anything below 5 million. And basically we're creating, well, not a list exactly, but a tuple of all these 3 labels that we just created. And you might be wondering what cap count is. This is just a function that I just created, which basically you give it a query string, which means basically a column name, and it will change how many it is in that column, and then it will return that number. So for example, it will, so here, let's talk about here. I'm saying cap count, market cap USD is more than 300 million. So it will basically go through every single column, every single row. Well, every single row of the column market cap USD, and it will just give you a number of how many of the rows have more than 300 million market cap. And it just is the same for the second one and the third one. And finally, we're just, plotting them with matplotlib. So I'm running it here, and as you can see, we have close to nothing biggish. We have, well, a reasonable amount of micro, and a shitload of nano. So more than 800 coins are nano. They have less than 5 million. So you can really see how being successful in the crypto market and blockchain is really hard. So this was a very quick project overview. You can find all the codes in my repository again. So yeah, and actually, if you look at the data set, we have Bitcoin CSV here. This one is actually new. It contains 2021 data set of Bitcoin. And I've just put it here for you so you can actually do the same things that we did with this huge data set for just Bitcoin for 2021. Maybe I organize an event for this because I do realize that this is a very hot topic that people like. So yeah, and also we have the previous session's data visualization and numpys and pandas in my repository as well. In case you missed those events, I think we have their recordings on YouTube as well, so you can access them. And we have an upcoming event on using pandas to auto-generate Google Ads keywords. As you know, they're very important for your ad to be successful. Yeah, so please subscribe to that, and yeah, maybe I'll see you there. Any questions? Alrighty, I'm gonna take that as a which one? Oh, the new event, yes. Wait, give me a second. Thank you for attending. I'm just gonna give you, if I can find my event, that would be great. Okay, found it. Here you go. Yeah, sure. I'll upload the recording on YouTube, and then I'll share the link on the Discord channel. So, yep. Thank you guys for attending. Bye-bye.